like Cinema 4D or something, unless you're doing that or you just want to be able to show off that you've got a 1080, it's pointless. Other than that, because games, no different. You know, I've seen video reviews where I've seen game reviews. Yeah, okay, you get those extra. You might get an extra 50 frames, right? 40. Okay, so you'll probably get an extra 40 frames over the top of a 1060. You're not going to see those 40 frames, like at all. The human eye will not see those extra 40 frames. So, you know, you're not going to notice. Oh yeah, I got 4K. All you see is a lot of clean, like it's all nice and clean and dense. But that's it. There's nothing good about it unless you're unless you do graphical artist work and shit tons of animation. It's just a showpiece. That's why I didn't get it, purely because it was a showpiece. But see, I utilized my 980s Ti's. They are used for, I do Cinema 4D work, and obviously I design Globex stuff. So, you know, I utilize the power of them, the CUDA cores, whereas, you know, if you're only in it for gaming, you're only getting an extra 40 frames. That's it. That's all you're going to get. It's dumb. It is absolutely, it is stupid, because I was going to get a 1080, but then when I looked at it, it was no point for the price. Like, the price for the frames, it just didn't really work. Like, it worked out to be
1% gain for a 40% premium.
Exactly. So that's why I opted to get a $500, $500 in New Zealand, $500 1060 super clock, the most top-end 1060, which is basically the same PCB that's used in the Asus 1080 and 1070s. So even though it's a 1060, I don't have to worry about cooling because it's got the 1080 cooling and fan system on it. So it's never going to overheat, ever. And you know, it's going to be used. Like, you know, I'll be able to say, yeah, I'm actually utilizing 70% of this GPU, whereas the 1080 you're utilizing 2, if that, and you're getting nothing out of it. The cost just doesn't make sense. And in an ethical point of view, I know people that have got 1080s just to say that they got a 1080.
No, that's not right about it. That was just a waste of money and stupid.
Yeah, unless you think you're going to utilize the piss out of it, then it can be worth it. But you know, in order to take full advantage of it, you have to have, you know, a full-on X99 motherboard, 128 gig of RAM. That's full-on quad channel, like you know, basically the Corsair Dominator. You know, you'd need that full pack of quad channel RAM just to even utilize quarter of the VRAM that system would actually work with. Damn, I hate the bloody what do you call it, the portal fucking sound pack in TeamSpeak. So weird. Yes. So what brand is your 1080? Is it the EVGA or what? Okay, goodbye. What did you get?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Which brand get for your like what manufacturer did you get? The Asus or
Asus? Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you got the Asus Strix, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I believe so.
Is that the 11 gig version or the 8 gig version?
The what? What was the other one?
There's the 11 gig version and there's an 8 gig version.
I think it was the 8 one.
Alright, yeah, okay, so you bought... Oh, yeah, see, that's $1,000 for that one.
1,000?
Yeah. It's $1,000 here for, yeah, the GTX 1080. Yeah, so you've got it's the RGB, it's got the Aura and shit on it.
I didn't pay $1,000 for it, though.
Yeah, but see, you know, where you are and where I am are two different places. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't justify... You know, because see, it's $500 for the 1060, and then it goes to $800 for the 1070. Then it's an extra $100 for the $150 for the 1080. I couldn't justify going, $300 for an extra $500 for nothing. That was just me. But I don't know. I want to see what their I want to see what the next gen cards are. To be honest, I just don't think I'm going to It's just like this bollocks with Intel at the moment about their the new fucking stupid i9 series that everybody's scratching their heads going, why?
Yeah.
Is your dog's running what do you call them? Biting into a dandy thing. Right. Yeah, it's the i9 is sort of pissing. Yeah, I don't know what I can say about that. Because I'm not gonna for what they're apparently saying it has and what it's gonna do. It doesn't justify spending another $3,000. Seriously, like it needs its own dedicated new motherboard that's gonna cost you more than your computer, basically. And not to mention the RAM and all that bullcrap like that. You know, I worked out a rough estimation based off what apparently is going to come out. If you want to build a relatively in my eyes is insane. If you want to buy an insane build an insane version for the i9, you need at least $10,000 just to do it, based off what they're saying. And that's 10,000 US, I might add.
Yeah.
So it's Oh, what are you running? i7, i5? Please don't tell me you're running 8.
No, I'm running i5.
Oh, thank God you're not running an AMD. Because if you're running an AMD, I'll be like, wow.
No way.
Ha! You're gonna laugh when you find out what I'm running, man.
Pentium 4.
No! Worse.
What? What? i3?
No, it's an old Phenom 2 6-core, mate.
Oh my
1092.
God!
Holy shit, what the fuck?
Yep. I'm still on DDR2, man. I don't see the point it works. Why do anything about it?
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
You define budget computer.
Wow.
No, the problem is it wasn't budget when I bought it, but it still works, so why fix it?
Wow.
How many FPS do you
yeah,
get in
exactly.
American Truck Simulator?
Sorry?
How many FPS do you get in ATS?
Oh, I don't have any dramas with that. 80, 90, no dramas. It's running a 960 OC in it, but the rest of it's ancient. The motherboard's only 10 years old.
I don't think any of my components at all would even. No, actually no. Because my 10 gigabit network card requires, well, the model that I bought for my 10 gig network card requires the Black Edition i7. It will not work without it at all, because the Intel thing that it's got on it, the Intel chipset on it, right, the Intel software, only supports the Black Edition hardware. So you need to spend, $2,000 just on your CPU to even run that card. Oh my God. I don't even think my oldest computer is that old. Yeah. Which one? 5970K or what? Huh? Alright. I just didn't hear it. I just didn't hear that.
980X.
No. My first gen i7. That's painful. That seriously is painful.
Dude, I got a Toshiba laptop under my bed. You don't want to know what's in that.
I'm running the what do you call it? The 7740X. I'm running.
The laptop still has a sticker on it saying like, "Wow, new i3. It's amazing," something like that. It's like celebrating the birth of the i3.
CPUZ is wrong. Oh, that's why. My version is outdated. Oh, no wonder it's not reading my BIOS. I was just thinking to myself, hang on a minute, it's only just hitting one memory slot. What the fuck is going on here? Okay. Ah, that's better. Right. I'm rocking the,
Oh my god. I've just done two loads without taking a screenshot at the end, and I'm gonna go crazy if I don't do it again. If I do it again.
Yeah. So now this is working. So CPU-Z, Note 2 cell CPU-Z, and ROG motherboards. If you update your BIOS, make sure you update CPU-Z because it will not fucking work. Awesome. Now it's telling me my proper shit. So I'm actually running the 6950X. And I actually use it. That's the sad thing about it. I actually use all of it. Like I'm currently sitting at 80% CPU. That's over the entire thing because I am running 13 VMs. 13 VMs over the virtual running VMware. And yeah, Windows. Oh, and Mac. It's got Mac on it as well, so it runs that too. At the same time.
Why are Macs just so bad though?
I have a Mac.
Yeah, but like
I have
they're
3 of them.
good, but like they're bad at like running any game ever.
Yeah, they do. You get Parallels Desktop. You buy Parallels Desktop, which is what I've done. And it means you don't have to restart the system and go into Windows. It's Windows directly inside Mac. It's fucking glorious because you can run Windows applications and Windows games directly inside the Mac screen. No virtual desktop bullshit. It integrates it, so it cleans itself. Fucking awesome. I run Crysis 3 on Ultra on a MacBook Pro. It works flawlessly.
No, I just
The latest one, 2016. Well, 2017. And it's got the touch bar at the top. I have the touch bar. I got the one with the touch bar. Yeah, so I've got last year's model. Which means I've just got to buy it, which means I've got to go to Apple and buy the new one. I hate you because now I have to go and buy it.
Why do you buy a new one every year though?
Because I can.
Okay, makes sense actually.
No,
Is he like sheep?
basically. Oh shit, it's books.
That only took you how long?
Well, I had a seizure last night, so I'm a bit off my game. Just before Convoy, funnily enough. Okay, MacBook Pro. There it is. Buy. Come on. Come on. Hurry up, Apple.
I'll be back a bit later.
I see it. Okay, so these are 15-inch, 2.9 gigahertz, or 12.9 silver machine base grades. I know, I'm already in it. Just can't get tits. Okay, right, so it's that one. I want the 3.1 gigahertz, yep, I want 2 terabyte SSD, sure, why not? Oh, Pro Logic. Yeah, I know. Okay, so Final Cut Pro, I already own Final Cut Pro, but sure, I might not want this one. Yeah, and Logic Pro. Yeah, I'll buy those because I use those both, so why not? Yeah, I know. Because I buy for each system I own. Like all 3 of my Macs have their own version of Final Cut Pro. How about not? Right, so cool. Processing. I love how it happens. The cable can you change the charge cable? $2 million. Oh well. Alright, done. Ordered. Yep. And that's July, estimated delivery, July 20th, 2017. A month. Yeah, 4 weeks. It's Apple New Zealand, so iteration. $7,828.98 New Zealand, including $125 delivery. Oh well, shit. That includes it. Oh, that's actually not bad. Huh? Yeah, no, it's not. Well, it is, but it's not. Because I know what. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, postal service is bollocks. So, well, not here they don't. So you can buy this thing called, I got this thing that hasn't been out that long, it's called armor protection. Like armor as in armor plating, but it's not. It's like, they put it into a metal case, instead of it being in a cardboard box. That's what the freight companies do here, and which means you can like, and inside it, it's all like fucking got foam to the arse. So you can, like, they literally, basically, yeah, pretty much. Except you can get it for like when you're shipping like fragile items like laptops and hard drives and TVs and whatnot, depending on what you want to do. So you can get this thing called armor protection, which is what I got with my freight company that I use, that I have my business account through, and it's an extra $50 on top of everything else, basically, depending on the size. If it's underneath a certain size or a certain weight, then it's there's a cost thing. But if you were like to transport, say if I was to transport if I go to a land called X-Land, which is held in Auckland, it's once a year. I haven't been for a couple of years because of my health. I would transport my computer. Now my computer is not light. It weighs a fucking shitload. And it would cost me $1,000 just to ship it from Christchurch to Auckland with armor protection. But it was guaranteed to be in immaculate condition when it arrived. Guaranteed. If not, they paid for it. And they paid for replacement of everything. Why New Zealand is awesome. I pay for extra protection. And because Apple allows me to select my freight company, oh yeah, bitches.
You only got it really because the box was shiny.
Oh yeah. Definitely, man. Oh, I just, yeah.
Don't worry, I'm the same syndrome.
I love mine. I mean, my Macs are good, especially at home. I don't really use my Macs much, but when I'm in hospital and stuff like that, Windows laptops can piss off. They can just die in the glory. I mean, Surface, that's a different story. That's just an oversized tablet. Weasel made me get one of those because he brought his over and I was like, ooh, shiny. 10 minutes later, ooh, I got one. But no, Macs are way better than Windows laptops. Don't even compare, like, at all.
What time is the Australian Cup?
It's not tonight.
Oh yeah, it's Monday there. Forgot.
Yeah. It's okay, so it works out to be in an hour from now. So 1 hour from now, Saturday and Sunday. Well, for you it would be Sunday, Monday.
1 hour from now. That's 11.
Or just go to Trucknet. Just go to Trucknet.
Yeah, I know.
And that I've actually had people in the past that have gone to me, so the time system in Trucknet is wrong. And it's like, is it? And they're like, yeah, it doesn't show my time. What time does it say? It says Auckland, New Zealand. It's like, yeah, that's the default one. Did you change it? Oh, no. Dumbass. Like, seriously? No, that guy only lasted an extra 48 hours and he was kicked anyway, because yeah, he had some nasty things to say about Trucknet and all their bollocks like that, and I turned around to him and I said, cool, you're banned.
Oh, not Kyle.
Oh, believe me, we've had trolls that have literally just joined us to moan at something, and then when we don't give them access to something, like we make somebody a prospect, they're like, oh, I don't have access to the job logger, I don't want to be here now. No. We get a lot of that. Well, we get a lot of that. A lot.
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason I joined this because it seemed like it was well taken care of and people actually put effort into it. It's not one of those bullcrap things.
No, we wrote everything in-house. We don't use anybody else's bollocks. Yes, our thing's called, our truckie management system is called TruckNet, but it's got nothing to do with the Stuart D's TruckNet at all. He saw our TruckNet and he cried. Yeah, but that's because I can't be asked recoding the entire memory thing, because when SCS releases a patch, it breaks everything. So, why reinvent the wheel? Just use something that's already out, except the data that I get from that, I then have to reconvert it and I utilize it. It's not utilized in the telemetry and Funbits thing. It's underutilized. So, I do a lot of custom engineering that thing can't even do. But I just use it because it's easier for me. Again, I can't be bothered with that. That's what Logit does. Yeah, but that's what that does. That is literally actually Funbits telemetry, because since it's open source, the Funbits telemetry, they got the entire program and then they put their own face over the top of the code. So basically, it is actually Funbits telemetry. They just changed all the interface so that it doesn't look like it is, but it is. No. They still don't. No, because by default, the SDK doesn't actually know that you've done that. Again, I have engineered our system so it knows that. Our job logger does things that all the others can't do because I engineered them. I had to reverse engineer everything.
Why does it stop working like when you select where you want to drop the thing off?
What do you mean?
Like,
because that's what it does. It's designed to pause itself when you get to your destination.
okay.
It does that because you have to submit your it pauses it so that you can submit your job through the job log, and then once you submit it, it resets itself, and then you can grab a new job or do whatever you want. But if it didn't pause, you would have to manually submit your job to TruckNet because it's all in real time. And because we require your actual profit and all that stuff, none of those all those other ones that are around that says automated job submission. Yeah, it's automated, but it's only estimations. There is no way to get the actual profit that you make. It's impossible.
I can give you the opinion, if you like, of someone who actually uses this shit for a living.
Okay.
I mean, all honesty, I've been driving trucks 35 years, so I was around when they started bringing this crap in. And I've told Jules this on numerous occasions already in the short time I've been here. If a lot of companies out there actually had this system running as their data log tracking system, we would have a hell of a lot less fuck-ups going on.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the the stuff that's gone in. I mean, you know, 2.5 years has gone into developing TruckNet. It was being developed before Globex even came out. Like Globex launched January well, it didn't actually launch January last year. It actually launched September 2015, but it was a soft launch and only certain people knew that it even existed. sorted out because, you know, we had to get it off the ground and sort out all the, you know, various different things like the forum system and the user management system and all that blah blah blah. And then we officially launched. But the job logger itself is actually very young. It's only been out for, our tracking servers have only been running for, I think it came out May last year. Like between May and June we actually launched the job logger, but it took me 13 months to develop the job logger because there is just so much code behind it, and the new one that's coming out is even more code behind it. But you know, and I haven't actually opened Elemental since February. Maybe actually I can actually look at GitLab. I actually have a look at GitLab and I'll see when I last committed to the system. That's when I last used it. No. Yep. No, we're not. If Elemental was the same system as what the new one that's coming out, the other one. If they were the same system, it means that we'll get public jobs intertwining into our back end because it's, you know, server constrained or ingest constrained. So they're their own software. They don't talk to each other at all, like nothing. The servers are completely on their own. They're all No, they're separate entities, completely separate entities. Oh no, okay, so the code, a fair chunk of the code is obviously, because it's been stress tested for the last year, like over a year, it's, you know, with all the Globex drivers, so we know that the code works for doing the tracking and the distinctions and the job routines and stuff like all the subroutines. We know those work, and we know those work very well because obviously everybody's using it and it's been working. So a lot of that code has been sent over to the other one, but it's been tweaked and less of it is required. Like the fucking what was going to be Chugga Chugga, I mean, it has no gauges, it has none of that shit. It's just basically labels, pretty much. Updatable labels, that's all it is. Because we don't want to give the public that all the stuff that was designed for Globex. It was pointless. So we didn't. And a lot of the, you know, like, all the images are stored inside, well, with what was going to be Chugga Chugga. Basically, that is single player and multiplayer. It doesn't care what you do, because that's what that public one was going to be. It doesn't give a shit if you're multiplayer or single player. If you're using mods or you're not using mods, it doesn't care. It will still work. We're not going to have administration say, nope, this is only multiplayer. We're not going to do it because we would need hundreds of staff members, and frankly, we can't be fucked. So we're not going to do it. But it will support anything. But again, we're not guaranteeing that the software will support anything. So if you have pro mods, we're not going to guarantee that it will support pro mods. If it does, great. If not, we're not going to care. Like, we've already specified that on the sites, inside the internal stuff that, you know, you and Amanda can't even see because it's only in our dev environment. But you know, we don't care about what it supports, like, at all.
It's like buying a hammer and you use it to trim your toenails. That's your problem.
Exactly. But we can guarantee that it will track. But that's all it's going to do. We don't hold. We're not responsible for what mods you have, what your system is. We don't care about any of that shit at all. Like, none of it. And we specified that deeply, and even within the software itself, we specified that deeply. So, you know, if people turn around and go, "Oh, it doesn't support this," it's like, here that says it right here in big bold capital writing. We don't give a fuck, basically. Yeah. So it's all Trucker Tracker is it's basically taking stuff that we built for Globex, nipping it down to the bare minimums and releasing it, and then making a public version. That's it. Like, you can't, like, companies can sign up and it will have a company management system down the track. But you know, it's not, you know, you can't download the site and then host it on your own server. It doesn't work like that. If people, we're actually investing in the same encryption technology that ATSMP is now using in their launcher. So how it downloads file by file. Well, those files are heavily hashed. If you modify those files, that hash key changes, and then you are fucked. Can't download it. It won't download it. So, you know, we're putting in a lot of barriers in place. So fuckwits that try to manipulate the code, they're not going to be able to, because they won't even be able to open it. I've already tested it. If somebody tries and opens the code in like a code extractor or something like that, it literally says this project is not .NET compatible. You can't physically open the code. It is impossible. Can't do it. So I've sort of protected our code because of that. Because it's encrypted, heavily encrypted. But, man. Can't be bothered talking about up there.
I got me 100 jobs, Jules.
Ah, bastard. Hey, bastard. Really?
User joined your channel.
Oh, right. How long ago did I ship that? 4 months ago, apparently. Was it January the 30th was the last time no, the last commit that I actually ever put in there was March 21st, 2017 at 10:04 AM. Exactly, 10:04 AM. And I haven't worked on it since. Only because Crash was like, here's what we're gonna do now. The Trucker Tracker back then was like, need you to write the software. Oh, okay. But we're probably not gonna be storing. And maybe with the Globex, we haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet, but another thing that we utilized in Trucker Tracker is we weren't actually storing the companies inside the software. We were actually storing them on the remote servers, and then when you grabbed your job, it would do a GET request on the API, get the image of the company, and then it would temp the image, so it would basically download the image and then display it. And it was more or less within a second it would do that. And that way then we didn't have to store anything locally, so when new companies come out, we just add them to the website, like that's what Trucker Tracker 1 will do. You just add them to the website, and then so you put the company name in and the game, and then you just put the upload the image, and then that's it. It will then just download that image, and then Bob's your uncle, it will show up. So we probably might introduce that into the into Elemental, because it is so much easier. It means I don't have to do any work on the job logger when new companies come in at all. None. It takes a long time to do And no, I haven't updated the company for whatever it was, Port of Phoenix, what was it? It's like Phoenix Airport or whatever it was. I haven't fixed that on the website. I know what it is. I just haven't added it to the Swift statement on the website. But I can't be bothered with that at the moment. Too much work. That's your job going booth. I've sort of booth. Huh? Yeah.
I bet I just have to open TeamSpeak.
So, how's your job going?
I didn't get the one that I went after.
You what?
I didn't get the one I was going after, but I left.
Oh! But you've got one now, right?
Yeah, I'm a welder.
Huh. But you're not going to be, so you're not away for 6 months at a time? Really? So all that effort of you having to leave and then us training up new staff members didn't really need to happen? Is that what you're trying to say? Bastard. That's alright. No man's doing a good job. Sort of. But he's just like other, I don't know which part of Australia he's from, but he's like wherever he's from. They're a bit slow.
Yeah, I've parked it up.
Talks about what? There is. Yeah, just tack. Oh, what about it? The only other person that got changed was Snow is now also doing driver trainer on with Denine. That's the only other change. Yeah, that's it. That's all it was. Yep, that's all there was. I mean, it's well, no, they don't. So Danite isn't the employee manager. Danite is only the driver trainer. But because Danite is, we don't know when the hell he's going to be online mode, and since he wrote the driver training system pretty much, he's still going to be there as more of a coordinator sort of thing, and then Snow will basically work in with him, and then those two are basically going to write our new guidelines and shit for the training and all their bollocks. So there's actually going to be a new guidelines. We've only just started working on it, but going to be guidelines to commands and stuff that are done during convoys, like turning left up here and over and under and all that stuff like that, because people don't get the concept, and now we're going to be streamlining it, so whoever's going to be running convoys, they have to run off that proper guideline for different references to make it so then everybody knows about it, instead of do this, and then people are like, what? You know what I mean? So we're changing a lot of our systems around, a lot. We're going through everything basically and reorganizing it, pretty much. And eventually the
Does that mean
RSCP
I don't
system.
claim the truck?
No. But the RSCP system is going to be going bye-bye probably in the next 2 or 3 months. That's not going to exist. TruckNet, still going to be inside TruckNet, all of it. It's going to be in there so that way then the attendance doesn't have to be filled in by staff members. It's automatically filled in, and then people that are red flagged for no RSVP or whatnot, it will automatically red flag them, and it will automatically issue the warning points or demerits. What? What do you mean? Why? No. Not at all. Not yet. Maybe next year. But no, not at the moment. I can't. I have better things to do than write fucking mobile apps since the site is already one mobile friendly. Why do I need to build an app for? So basically, well, eventually it probably will be able to push notifications, but that's going to be down the track. We could probably actually do push notifications over Push Bullet. You can get Push Bullet for your phone, and because that's what my Plex requesting system has. When people request movies or TV shows or whatever, it's I get notifications via Push Bullet to my computer. So. Yes, I know, but why do I need to do that when I could just use Push Bullet or something like that? It's already a system, and then I just can tell it to send signals from our website in real time. So just like I've just done with the Slack integration. So I've directly added Slack invite. So you can invite yourself by going to the trucknet/ account settings. It's not there yet, but it will be once we push it. Well, I can't be bothered with, because since I'm here myself, and there's only 4 people that can actually invite people, so it's going to be all self-invitable, basically. Sort of. I mean, yes, they can invite themselves, but it only invites them to the public channels. And then once they, we then have to still go in and add them to the most of the trucking division and whatnot. I haven't automated that part, so that's just because I couldn't be asked automating that part. And then likes of Twitter, we have direct posting to Twitter, so it's all waiting in the pending update to be released to the server. But so we don't have to go to Twitter to create new messages, and we can see retweets and following and likes and stuff directly in trucking. We see everything on it. I've built an entire system around it. So basically I've integrated Twitter directly into our system. That's already done, and it's already been tested. I've tested it extensively. But yeah, anyway, man. So yeah, Bash, yeah, I ended up going to hospital last night.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen.
So my nurse got over, and I told her I wasn't going to tell her, but she sort of kind of figured it out because I was like slurring my words like crazy.
Well, I'm no doubt you had the same nurse, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Every night it's the same nurse.
Well,
She's my IV.
Up pretty quickly.
Yeah, she's my main IV tech nurse. She hooks up the transfusion machine and shit during the night. And I've had her for like 5 years. But yeah, so she was like, okay. And I said, yeah, so basically, yeah, I had a seizure. And she's like, oh, okay. So she did some, when she hooked up the machines, she did a blood oxygen saturation levels test. And it came back 74.
Shit,
That is...
You should actually be dead.
Yeah.
Theoretically, I should, but because I have oxygen, I have the oxygen thing, it was keeping it just above it, and that's where and then that's how she basically said, well, you're fucked and you're going to hospital. No ifs nor buts. And then she ran the ambulance, and funnily enough, we thought, oh great, she thought to herself, shit, so I'm going to have to monitor you and make sure you don't die. So she grabbed the defibrillator, which is in my office underneath my desk. She grabbed it and then brought it to my bedroom, just in case. She didn't have to use it, thank fuck. But she basically we both thought, oh, they're going to take forever. 5 minutes, and the rapid, it was like an SUV. It's like a rapid response, right? They were there. They came first, and then the guy like said the ambulance is literally two streets down behind us, and we heard that, and we could hear the sirens from the bedroom. But yeah, went there, and It took 4.5 hours to get my levels back up. 4.5
Bloody
hours.
hell, that was a bad
And
one.
I was in ICU. 4 hours. So I was right on the edge, but
Yeah, that wasn't good.
I came to, and I mean, you know, once my stats went up, it was, you know, it started to tone went down, and everything started to, you know, relax out. So it's not like, oh, I've been there before. I've been at that sort of range before, like quite a few times, but because it's like a normal thing for me. It's not like, oh, you're going to be in hospital for the next month or week or 4 days or whatever. Since I was there last night, they were like, cool, we can just observe you until you go home tomorrow, basically.
Yeah, it's not going to cause you any additional stress. It's just become a routine item.
Yeah, it has. Literally, it has. So now, basically, my nurses have been ordered. Basically, I've been ordered as well. I've got this fucking stupid oxygenator thingy majiggy that I've got to keep hooked up to my arm, and it's like a little portable one. You can get little portable blood pressure and all that stuff like that. And get portable ones. So I've got a portable one that I've got on now, and every hour it just does it, and then basically it will alert me if it. Basically, I've been told that if it beeps,